I just let it roll off me, and because I understand what they've gone through, and sometimes they end up seeing you as the enemy, and they shouldn't. And so I tell people sometimes, look, I'm just telling the story, and I understand. So that's why I almost never contact family victims, the family members of victims, because it's just unsettling and it's just not good. And I'm very sorry that the fellow that I know, he didn't mean to do anything. He just happened to mention it in a conversation. So, I mean, I could just do without those experiences. But believe me, my heart goes out to them. And, it's a tough thing. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm good with it. I hope they're good with me. And I told them, once you read it, you'll see that there's nothing in there that hasn't already really been reported. And so anyway, but, it worked out. So they asked that, and I changed the name.
So on to another subject while we kind of head out of here. But
okay.
Every day you give us a daily dose of Bundy. And since we've talked, every time we talk, it feels like, you told me multiple times the third one's the last one. I think at the time you felt like the second one was the last time when we first talked about that one. But so we've talked about 3 Bundy books now. Are you wavering at all on that just yet, or are you feeling like the daily dose is good enough to get it out of your system?
No, I'm just doing the daily dose mostly for people because it's just kind of an interesting thing. But I will probably be shelving that fairly soon. I've done that for like the last couple of months, and I'm just busy with other things. But no, 3 books and that's it. And what's interesting about the Bundy books is, of course, the main book is The Bundy Murders: A Comprehensive History. That's the full biography of the killer, as well as a full telling of all the murders, and it contains a lot of new information that was never published before. My second book, The Trail of Ted Bundy, Digging Up the Untold Stories, I was very, very fortunate in that people, opened up to me. I got all that Mormon testimony that they had never talked to others, but then they talked to me. Now other people are writing books, and they're going to them, and because of the information that I gave out in that book. But I was the first to get that information, and so The Trail of Ted Bundy has a lot of new information in it too that's never been published before. It's a companion volume to the Bundy murders. And then the last book, The Bundy Secrets, is a republication of a lot of the record, that what I consider to be the most important parts of the record, as well as one full chapter of brand new testimonies that have never been published before concerning people that knew Bundy, including the testimony of the lady that he liked at the bank, who actually saw Bundy just a couple of hours before at a bar before he kidnapped Melissa Smith, and on October 18th of 1974. But but that's it. So the last book, which you could say is a companion volume to also the Bundy murders, it turned out to be a trilogy. It's a good trilogy, but I would not. There's no fourth book there. That's going to be it for me, as far as Bundy's concerned.
Fair enough, but you have done a lot of media rounds, and I want you to talk a little bit about that. I mean, how's that been? That had to be a pretty awesome. I mean, you've been contacted for a while there. It was like every single day.
Oh, I've had a lot of contacts with people, and I've done a lot of things with people, and there's, just all kinds of stuff that's going on. And I can't talk about it because I'm contractually have to be silent about it until they make announcements. But there's things out there that I can't talk about now. But once they release things, I can talk about it. But yeah, I've had a lot of contacts. In fact, tomorrow I've got somebody calling me from France about the Bundy case, and they're seeking information, and there's maybe something happening with them. So, but we'll see. And it's just a lot going on. And I've done. I could not tell you how many radio shows or podcasts I've done pertaining to the Bundy murders. Oh, and then I do a lot with just true crime anyway. So, but it's a lot going on. And invariably, when people contact me, people that I don't know, and they're companies wanting to talk about various things, invariably it has to do with Ted Bundy. So people out there consider me a lot of them the go-to guy when it comes to Ted Bundy. And there's other people out there too, but it is very difficult to find people out there today who know the case from front to back. It's not easy locating them. So I'm more accessible.
I was going to say, that's a good point. That's a good point. You talked about this with us before. You know, a lot of the investigators are passing away. Ann Rule's gone now. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, Kevin, you're kind of the foremost authority on Bundy right now as far as our true crime books.
Yeah, it's hard to find people who know. I mean, I had a guy ask me and said, who can I go to that knows it front and back? And he'd already talked to me. It's one of these contractual things I've already done. And I said, well, it's going to be difficult finding anybody that knows it front to back. But then I gave him some suggestions on who to contact in the particular state he was talking about. And I said, if you can get a hold of the original writers of those newspaper articles, they should remember enough of at least just their state's activities with Bundy that they will be able to help you. But I told him, I said, it's very different. It's really almost impossible to find somebody who knows the case inside out. That's why so many people call me. So it's okay. I mean, I'll keep talking about it, and and they all end up buying my books, and that makes me happy. So I mean, it's all good for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so usually you don't talk about whatever book you're working on until it's closer to coming out. Do you have any idea, or can you talk about what's next?
Yeah, I can talk. I'm working on a book now. I hope to be finished by the end of summer, sometime in September, but it has to do with public murders, where murder happens in the public arena, that they don't have, the perpetrator has no intention of doing it in secret. I mean, it'll include school shootings, other public shootings, mass murder, but where the people are not interested in hiding their tracks, as it were, like in the case of a serial killer. So I'm writing that right now, and that's keeping me, busy. And so then that just, so I'm hoping to be finished, with it in the next 3 or 4 months. And then I guess we should see publication, maybe early 2019, something like that. And then after that, it'll be on to something else. So, just one of those things. Yeah, I'm just going to keep writing one book after another. I don't think I'll really ever retire from that. And, I'll do it for as long as I guess I want to, and then that'll be it.
I'm interested in the next book, in that I want to kind of read what the demographic is for this type of people and what their mindset is versus what we get with the serial killers, because I've always thought that they're two different types of people entirely. And I've spoken to people from like Radford University who study that type of thing. From what I understand, they are absolutely different types of people.
Well, I'll tell you something that's really weird. Everybody's going after guns now in the AR-15. The AR-15 has been available to – I own one. The AR-15 has been available to people for over 50 years. But nobody was doing anything with them years ago. But all this stuff that's going on now, this is the problem of school shootings is so far beyond the gun. It's beyond something going on in the mindset. I kid you not. I think one of the, these kids, they're looking for fame. Really, they're looking for infamy. But I think, I hate to say this, but I think one of the driving forces of this is the 24/7 news programs.
Yes.
And these kids out there.
There's a copycat aspect to it. It's not that they're trying to do exactly what this person did, but when you see something about a school shooting, you get the idea when you're, I don't want to say it this way, but when you're some loser kid in the school, you get the idea because other people are doing it and they report on it for 24 hours, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, this thing has been going on. It's 24/7 for days. And the kid thinks, I want people to know about me, because these guns have been available for decades, and only occasionally would you hear of things. I mean, can you imagine the uprising there would be if this latest shooting, the guy hadn't used a shotgun and a .38 revolver? Mm-hmm. If he'd used some kind of semi-automatic, But see, that people stay real silent on those, because we're talking about almost weapons that are, innocuous. I mean, a shotgun and a revolver, a wheel gun that, it takes a moment to reload and be putting each bullet in unless you have a speed loader. It's not like a semi-automatic handgun. But so what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a terrible thing. But there's something going on that's beyond the weapon that's causing this, because the weapons have been around, and we didn't have all this back then. We had the occasional incident.
Well, it's not just the media. I think it's the social media too. I think I really think that's helping to cause mental issues with people. I mean, whatever mental issues people have, it's making it worse.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And so, it's just one. But it's about public murder, and so it's going to cover a wide range of things and go back many years. And so, yeah,
I'm interested in that, and I can't wait to talk about that. I've only been saying this for like 2 years, but here soon I will get you on so we can talk a full show about Richard Chase, because that's one that I can't wait to talk about for 60 minutes with you. And
sure.
I mean, I never get tired of it, Kevin. So as always, throw out where everybody can purchase your books. I know Amazon, obviously, but
sure.
you've got some nice distributors that also do it as well.
Yeah. Okay. You can purchase my books through Amazon, or you can go into bookstores and order them. And like the latest I'm talking about, through an unlocked door, it's distributed to bookstores. I mean, some bookstores may carry it, others don't, but you can certainly order through them, and then they go through Ingram, the distributor. I think they handle them. But you can also pick up all my books at Amazon. If anybody wants to go to my author page, Kevin M. Sullivan on Amazon, bring up even just one book like The Bundy Murders, A Comprehensive History, then go down to my picture, click on, the author name, and it takes you to my page. You'll see all my books. And you can also, I have like 5 or 6 publishers, but I'm writing primarily right now with Wild Blue Press, and the Public Murder one will again be Wild Blue Press. And if you go to Wild Blue Press, and you can go to my author page, I write blogs for them, and all of the blogs are archived, and you can catch up with me there, and you can ask me a question there, and I'll answer it. So you can get books through Wild Blue Press. There's Amazon things to click, links there for books published by them, as well as my other books as well. So yeah, Amazon or Wild Blue Press, and that should do it.
Perfect. Well, Kevin, you are the man. It's always awesome to have you on, and I'm sure you'll hear from me in a month or two.
Okay, well, it's always great to be on the show. All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, bud. You take care, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And everybody, that was Kevin M. Sullivan. The M stands for Maurice, because I had to ask him that once upon a time just for my own edification. But I'm telling you, he's my favorite author. I can say that easily, because we always talk about Ray, Ray Johnson, the history cop, and, he's one of our favorite guests for the Chicago side of things. But when it comes to true crime in general, Kevin M. Sullivan is the foremost authority for us. We started him off with the Bundy murders once upon a time, and then it went from there. And this was his 5th appearance, because he's done 3 Bundys, Kentucky Bloodbath, and now Through an Unlocked Door. So 5 appearances for Kevin under his belt now. And, of course, we still need to talk about Richard Chase. We still need to talk about his next book whenever it comes out, because that's a subject that I'm really interested in, because I always say, again, and don't get me wrong, serial killers and these public, killers may be both losers, but there's a different mentality there. So it's something we want to explore. But I'm going to wrap it up for this week, only because we'll be back next week. We're doing the top 10 list of 1982, top 10 horror movies of 1982, which means you can go to our Facebook page over at facebook.com/Travis, Travis, N, as in the letter N, Vic, VIC, horror, where you can like us and vote on the 1982 top 10. So basically we have a tournament going on. What is going on right now is we have Poltergeist taking on Friday the 13th Part 3. That is a close battle. We have Creepshow. Looks like they're going to take Creepshow's going to beat Basket Case handily, I might add. And so the winner of that I think Creepshow would probably move on to the finals, and then the winner of Poltergeist and Friday the 13th Part 3 will take on The Thing, because it's an